This is Madden 19. I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see a man back for a 15th NFL season. Eli Manning and the New York Football Giants face off with Andrew Luck in the Indianapolis Colts. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Coach, from the heartland of America, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Lucas Oil Stadium here in Indianapolis. Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the New York Giants. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we take a look at the Colts entering play. And they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Giants, they come in needing to do something to stop this skid here before the season ends.
And if you're leading this organization, one of the things you're making sure everyone understands, this isn't about playing for draft picks. This is about playing for victories.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, the very, very talented Andrew Luck.
Just 2 weeks left in the regular season, so not many opportunities left. But I've got to tell you, I think he's had an MVP type of a season, and I just hope that everyone who votes doesn't go to sleep and already have their ballots cast.
I think there are a couple others in the national media who feel that way, too. You and I have been discussing this race since the calendar hit December, as have many other, but I think it's going to take 8 big quarters for him to truly have consideration. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Mark Hertzlick in on the stop. Here's the offense, and if you're the defense, Charles, you really have to focus on that guy that's highlighted on the screen.
You're talking about pure speed. T.Y. Hilton can get down the middle of the field and really stretch a defense.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. To throw on 2nd down is Luck. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pick up there at 20 yards.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that open things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good. That middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
They go play action here on 1st down. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Kareem Martin in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to. The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, here's Luck. Over the middle, it's caught by Rodgers. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They'll be commanded by the veteran QB, the former Walter Payton Man of the Year in the league, Eli Manning.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Stewart. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. And we take a look now at the New York offense.
Great time to focus on a healthy group of pass catchers. How about Odell Beckham, Sterling Shepard, and Evan Ingram? Because health is the key for them. When they're right, they stack up against just about any threesome in the NFL. 2 terrific wide receivers and a tight end that's hard to cover.
Here's Manning to throw. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. The starters now on the defensive side of the ball for Indianapolis. This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Shotgun now for Manning. It's caught. Shepard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. The pickup of 11, and it moves the chains.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out. And it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. The numbers on the ground for Stewart last week. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. From the gun on 3rd down, Manning. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, saying, hey, you know, how are you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 27.
Delay of game, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still 1st down.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Following the penalty, here's Stewart. And he stopped immediately there. And here we get a look at Stewart down on the ground still. Hope this isn't anything serious. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
This offense 2 for 2 on third downs on this drive. They're in for a tough task here, though. 3rd and long. Working from the gun, Manning. And he's got his man, Beckham. Touchdown, Giants. Odell Beckham with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Giants are going to take a first quarter lead.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. Rosas good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Rosas now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. As the Colts offense makes their way out, we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And for them right now, not a done deal. So they are holding down one of the final wild card spots. And with 2 weeks to go, there are others kind of nipping at their heels a bit.
And imagine what the talk has been all week within their locker room. And it's really, let's rely on ourselves because they could get help and still get to the playoffs. But who wants that? Go out, win the game, take care of things yourself, and then you don't have anything else to worry about.
16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Luck on first down. Ebron with it over the middle. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
A look at the starters now on the defensive side of the ball for the Giants. Against the pass, they're hoping to trend in the opposite direction because right now they're ranked number 26 in the NFL.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or 2. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it, and this one winds up no good.
New York set to take the field. And, partner, I'm going to make a quick pivot here and ask you to play general manager. It's well documented they're last in the league in offense, number 32. What changes might they make?
And this is where you have to be almost like a chess master as a general manager, because you have a few things at your disposal that you need to use. Obviously, the draft, free agency, maybe you can make some trades, but also look at your practice squad. Have you been grooming players to promote and give them an opportunity to play as well? That way, you start to supplement as well as replace guys that need it.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
A giant first down, Manning to an open Beckham.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Big Al Woods there to make the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Manning. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
And Daniels has it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. Off of play action, Luck. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. A gain of 6 there on first.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Luck. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. Throwing again is Luck. And he's got Rodgers. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
As far as I'm concerned, Andrew Luck can do it all. I mean, he's an underrated runner, toughness in the pocket, strong and stout. But let's face it, the money, that comes from his arm.
And smart, valedictorian of his high school class in Houston, that he goes to Stanford. He's got it all. The Colts with a first red zone opportunity in the ball game. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. This will be caught just inside the 10. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, Luck. And a little floater there is incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Now Luck on 3rd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. In for the score. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set, and racing going 3 wide's a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. Now Adam Vinatieri for the point after. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT, and we are tied at 7. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all, and it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Eli Manning getting ready to go again on offense. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now, so you're not protecting a lead, so you're not playing that way. You got to go get the lead again, so maybe it loosens him up a little bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. He makes a wonderful play there off the corner, protecting his side of the field.
Oh, that reminds me of the great defenses of old, doesn't it? The Pittsburgh Steelers, steel curtain. They would not let you get on the field if you could only do one thing. You had to be a complete guy, and you had to be able to tackle.
Now, I know I've said this before, but you know I wasn't alive when the steel curtain was playing. I know them, but I just want to let you know I wasn't alive.
I'm going to keep peppering that in there, and one of these days you're going to think that you were.
The Giants on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now Manning. He finds Beckham complete. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. Manning able to find OBJ there for a Giants 1st down.
I feel like Eli Manning has just gone from downfield bomber to a guy who can complete everything.
He can hit him underneath now,
yeah, we just saw that there with that pass completion. The maturity of a veteran taking what the defense will give him.
Give him 30 yards there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Manning now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Manning turns and gives this to Gallman. And a solid run down inside the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Manning to throw on second down. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. With that, he matches his receiving yards from a week ago, and we still have more than a half of football to play. It's a first down. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Into the red zone now. Manning. That is caught inside the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Manning. And he's got his man. Beckham. Touchdown, Giants. Odell Beckham with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Giants are in for 6. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes the score 14-7. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. Rosas now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. And the Colts coming out now. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Now a first down throw. Luck. Ebron caught left side. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll set them back 5.
Still first down.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. A shotgun snap for Love. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Strong safety Landon Collins, the one who got a hand in there, knocked it away.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
Yeah, looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. They swallowed him up. Throwing on third down. Luck. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the second time. Odell Beckham now marching back onto the field. And his 2 touchdowns, a big reason they're winning right now.
So meaningful when you score and it's got your team out there in front. Changes the complexion of everything you're doing. It's one thing to score in garbage time, but these count. This is a big deal, and he's making those types of plays. And I think they'll keep finding ways to get it to him.
I was just going to say probably going to go back to him. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. He got 29 yards that time.
Eli to OBJ. What a combo. And really, how do you defend them when they're on their game?
Absolutely, and they're on their game in this one. That's really what this offense is predicated on, isn't it?
It really is. It's explosive plays, and it doesn't matter whether Eli throws it 3 yards or 30 yards. OBJ can provide that.
He finds his target, Beckham. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback that has to slide and find open space to throw.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Throwing is Manning. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Giants on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Manning to throw on 3rd and 1. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. John Simon in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. And, Charles, they only needed a yard there. They try to pass the football. What do you think?
Well, I can't really go all out and kill them for the call, because that 3rd and 1 fake and throw it over the top for a big play, that often does work. But in this situation, the pressure got to him.
4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. T.Y. Hilton deep for the Colts. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And this is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. First down now, but that clock rolling. On first down, Locke. Now before the second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Luck now on second down. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. Luck on third down. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Manning now on first down. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
Incomplete.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. This is Gallman. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. The Giants on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. To throw is Manning. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. Here's Riley Dixon now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Love. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Second and 10, Luck again. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. The Colts on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. The final shot before the break. Luck into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Janoris Jenkins. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. One final try now for Manning toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In our game, it's been the play of Eli Manning that's been the story so far. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Over the middle, complete. It's Shepard. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. On 1st and 10, here's Manning. And incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Manning. And he comes back with one complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Manning going to try and throw on 3rd down. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies?
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Olivier Vernon in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Like the footwork back there. I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Back to throw. Luck. To the right side to Eric Ebron. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Pretty shifty footwork, but didn't buy him much. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he connects with Ebron. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Good for a Colt 1st down. The former Lion Ebron there bringing it in from Andrew Luck.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work. And that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a 1st down.
They go play action here on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. B.J. Goodson coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They'll run with Mack, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
Brandon, we're into the 2nd half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
3rd and long. It's Luck. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He'll boot it away from about his 35. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Manning now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. Now Manning on the bootleg. The left side throw complete to Adams. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Shotgun now for Manning. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. He has a 1st down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Manning to throw on 2nd down. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the play.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Manning now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. Here's Gallman. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
On the ground, it's Gallman again. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets them up now 1st and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now a play fake here on 1st down. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Terrell Basham in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation, because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Working from the gun, Manning. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? From the gun, it's Manning. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. Aldrich Rosas now to try the Giants field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And the kick by Rosas is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Andrew Luck now, he gears up to lead this offense again. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, Good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a carry from Mack. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, here's Locke. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the 4th quarter. On 1st down, it's Locke. That is incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. A shotgun snap for Locke. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. Luck throwing again. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. Here now, time to discuss Odell Beckham Jr. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Throw left side complete. That's Shepard. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. 23 yards on the play. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On 1st down, Manning. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Gallman will run it. Room here to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now we've got a giant player here slow to get up after that last play. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. The Giants on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
Let's give credit to the defense. They got plenty of bodies to the point of attack and stop the run. But I just wonder if the offensive line let down a little bit, knowing that the big guy was getting the ball, and they just expected him to pick up a first.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for New York. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. To throw on 2nd down is Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kareem Martin in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you've got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Looking the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Luck. And he's got Rodgers. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down. Spectacular catch turns into a first down.
First down saves him from a 3-and-out. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Luck on first down. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball. When you put up a token press, make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. Here's Luck. Ebron with it over the middle. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance. That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Here's Luck. And he's got his man. It's Hilton for the Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Colts have got it back to a one-score game. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting runs, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. As the Giants head back out there, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, don't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadruple. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now a play fake. Manning. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. John Simon in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
3rd and long for the Giants, and Eli following the sack. Play action. Manning. It's caught. Shepard. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A very solid gain of 27. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now Gallman. And an alley to run. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Over the middle to Beckham. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
Throwing on first down is Manning. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. And they'll go with the ground attack here. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up first and goal. It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got it first and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll run again here with Gallman. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. They'll give it to him up the middle, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. And Rosas puts this one through. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Moore now to return. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Andrew Luck and company heading back onto the field. This is something we've seen many times over the course of his career. Can he pull off another fourth-quarter comeback?
And it's very strange, isn't it? Because when it's a player of this magnitude, Even though the guys on defense have the lead and are sitting in the best spot, they're maybe the most nervous people in the stadium because they've seen this happen to too many people before, too many teams. They've got to find a way to shut him down.
Here we go again for the grizzled vet. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make it a second down. Back to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Back to throw. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down. Nearly an interception. If that one's picked off, it's over. So a new lease on life, so to speak.
A lot of times when you're in coverage, you're so focused on the man and the coverage that sometimes the ball, if it arrives, it surprises you. That may have happened to him in that situation.
He'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up a third down. Now the Colts moving quickly here in the hurry-up offense. He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Tremendous play right there by Eli Apple, sealing the game with that interception for his team. I bet that'll make his mom, Annie, fairly happy.
Absolutely making Annie proud. He was born in Philadelphia. Tough kid from the city of brotherly love, and a tough play there to seal it. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. They have the lead, still a one-possession game, but the defense got to stop. They've got the football now, just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know they're over on the sidelines now starting to take their tape off and, hey, we've done this thing. The offense has to put it away, and that means ball security.
Absolutely. Stranger things have happened.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Giants, many wondered if a second win would come, but here it is as they climb to 2-13 now. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Colts, their playoff hopes take a big hit as they fall to 8-7. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.